What's up, guys? Alright, so this video is a request video. Somebody wanted me to show them how to find items that are really cheap that they can sell, because they read somewhere that PayPal is less likely to put your money on hold if the transaction is like 20 bucks. And as far as I know, I think PayPal did an update at some point where even when you're in PayPal jail, they'll give you a certain amount of the sale so that you have enough to cover shipping. And I think it's like 15 bucks. So it could be that you could only sell cheap items as a workaround to sell things while you're in PayPal jail. I'm not completely sure how this will work, but I did want to show you how I would go about finding cheaper items to sell on Walmart.com. So first off the bat, you're just going to have to accept that you're going to pay $6 for shipping, and sometimes some of the items you sell are going to be $5. There are items that are worth selling that cost less than the price you pay for shipping. That does not mean they're not worth selling, okay? And I know that you're like, oh, but nobody's going to pay $6 of shipping for a $4 item, and it's like, look, that $6 of shipping for a $4 item is a $10 cost item. Shipping cost does not matter. Just completely forget about it. Add 6 to every one of these numbers, and then you have the number that your actual cost, right? Obviously, it doesn't include like sales tax and that kind of thing, but it's close enough. So, how do we find these cheap items that actually produce sales? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of the items that I have personally sold. And this is because a lot of my items are cheaper, so you guys will be able to see. What we're going to do is do a custom period, and we're going to look at some of the older items that I sold, okay? So the custom period is going to be, let's see, we're in December, so let's do October. Search. And we're going to change the format of this as well so that we're not revealing information. Alright, okay, we're going to customize this, and then we're going to change this to just the username. Bum, 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 bum. Awesome. Okay, so what we want to look at now is find items that are cheap. So because we don't care about the date paid, we can actually search this table by the price. So it's only going to show us our cheapest items first. And it's actually going to show us the items that were refunded or zero first. So we need to scroll through all of these and then get to the actual starting point in the list. Here we go. Okay, so these are going to be our cheapest items, right? And keep in mind, every single one of these, we paid $6 for. Or we paid $6 shipping for, okay? So let me show you some of these as an example. Some of these had issues, and so I'm going to pass the ones that had issues. Okay, cool. I think that's good enough for now. So you can start to get a kind of little sense that, like, things do actually sell for this price. Okay, so let's look at this item, for example. This item, how much is it actually on Walmart? So now it's out of stock, obviously, because this sale was like over a month ago. But it was $1.78. So you'll find that there are some things that you can sell that are really cheap on Walmart that you can sell for much higher prices. And I don't know how I can properly explain this to you, but let's get a list of items. So let's search for something like supply. And then we're going to filter it by 2-day shipping. And then we're going to change the price range to be 0 to 3 or 0 to $4. Okay. So I'm going to look through this list really quick, and I'm just going to open in new tabs the ones that I think would be possible to sell for higher prices, and then explain to you guys why I think that that's the case, okay? No. Okay, sweet. So these are the things that I think you would be able to sell at higher prices. And let me discuss why on each item, okay? So this is because I've sold a bunch of shipping labels and that kind of thing. And I think it's because anytime that there's like a label or that kind of thing, there's a lot of like, there could be different sizes. There's a whole bunch of kind of information that the person has to go through in order to find exactly what they want. And anytime there's more of that information than normal, that means that they're prone to doing a little bit less research and paying something that's more expensive. And in this case, that's something that might work. I've sold personally, not this exact product, but a bunch of shipping labels and that kind of thing. So I'm not saying that you mark this up by like, you know, you don't sell it for like 30 or 40 bucks, but you could successfully sell this product for like $14, $15. And obviously that's let's say $3 plus $6, $9, and you're selling it for 15 bucks. It's a decent amount of profit for each item. The reason I picked this one is because it's a 12 count. Anytime there's multiple of an item in one package, that means that people are going to have, they're going to be more willing to pay higher because they feel like they're getting more for it, right? So anytime that an item is for 12 of something or 6 of something or 4 of something, people are going to have a harder time gauging kind of what the accurate price is. Same with this. Well, this less so because it's just like a basic pack of 28, but it's still possible. And then chemicals, people just don't like, their sense of how expensive chemicals should be are kind of like misleaded. So sometimes they'll pay more for this kind of stuff. Especially there's a lot of stuff that Walmart sells that like, you know, used to be 15, 20 bucks and now you can get for like 2 or 3. But a lot of people still exist and they used to be, right? And so this is the same thing as before. Oh no, actually this is bad. I wouldn't sell this because I thought that this was a pack of each one of these. So it was 1, 2, 3, like 6 of them, right? But it's not. It's just multiple colors of the same thing, okay? So I would not sell that one. And then this one, just because it's a basic object that has some kind of function, so people may use that instead of like doing a bunch of research and trying to figure out, I don't know, really. I just have like a kind of gut sense of what I have sold in the past. And items that have a specific purpose, like a clipboard with a little clip, you know, for paper. These are cheap, but you'd be surprised. Honestly, this would be better if it was a multi-pack. It would be much better. Scissors, again, it's a tool, so some tools people will just pay more for some reason. Gloves, I sold like 4 pairs of gloves for like, or sorry, 4 packs of 100 pairs of gloves, so 400 gloves, and it cost me like $45 to fulfill the sale, and I got 96 bucks from it. So that was a pretty big one. And then here we have the same thing. This is a kind of unique kind of thing. You know, it's a specific tool made for something. So obviously this is really cheap, but some people would pay more for it because it has a specific use. Same thing with the cleaners here. All right, so this is just kind of some examples that I'm giving you if you want to post cheap items from Walmart. And I encourage you to post items like this, like especially from like the supply category, because Walmart, okay, you can get flagged as a reseller on Walmart. That doesn't mean that they're going to cancel your orders. When they flag you as a reseller, that means that if you're ordering products and you're ordering so many of a product that it's getting in the way of their ability to provide that product to people, then they'll start canceling your orders. But you'll find that Walmart has so many of items like these that you don't get anywhere near as many order cancellations or out of stocks or repricing issues, because they have such huge stocks of these basic everyday essentials. Whereas when you're talking about like the latest video game or the latest toy, that stock dwindles really quickly. And by fulfilling your orders for those items, they could be taking away a satisfied personal experience for somebody using Walmart.com. So that's when they'll actually start canceling your orders. So it's another reason that I encourage people to use these cheap items, okay? All right, guys, I hope that was useful if you're trying to figure out what cheaper items you should post. Most of this was just kind of a brainstorming session, so enjoy. Ciao.